What is going on with your YouTube? This is Regular Dave coming at you with another video. And have you ever heard the term beating a dead horse? Well, this video would actually be like stabbing the horse, shooting it, cutting its head off, man. This has been done so many times. There's so many videos on what people want to see change with Madden. And I know that people say the definition of crazy is doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting different results. But I feel like I just had to make this video. I play Madden 12 so much that there's some things in here that I'm just hoping are in the next Madden. So this is my wish list. This is going to be a couple part video. The first part is all about presentation. I'm going to give you guys things that's on my wish list for presentation for things I want to see in Madden 13. Hopefully this can get to a developer or something. I'm just praying, T-bowing, whatever, that this gets to a developer, but here we go. Okay, so how did Madden decide to sell us on a presentation? What was the biggest sticking point? You know what I mean? Everything you see on Sunday. And what did they do? What did they say they were giving us? 32 authentic intros. However you see them at the stadium, that's how you're going to see them in the game. Now, why would I have a problem with that? Regular Dave, you just nitpicking. You just nitpicking. Why do you have a problem with that? This is everything you see on Sunday. Here's my problem. This is what Madden needs to figure out. How they want us to look at their game. Are we seeing it from watching it at the stadium? Are we seeing it from the eyes of the football player? Or are we seeing it from a TV presentation broadcast style? Now, they got to stick with one, man. This game, this presentation style is basically how my, research papers used to be in school. All over the place, scatterbrain, everywhere. You know what I mean? All over the place. And that's what their presentation is. Now, the logical thing is, how do you normally watch games? How do you normally watch games? You watch them on television. That's how most of the public enjoys their football games. Most people don't go every week to see a football game in person. So that's what they need to give us. Now, I'm not saying cut out, on my wish list is not cut out these intros, but how do we see these intros in 15 to 20 second snippets? We don't watch a whole intro. You don't see that on television unless it's the Super Bowl. So what I'm proposing, this is on my wish list, is bring the game in how it's brought in on television with two announcers in the booth saying who's hot, who's cold, what's the keys to victory, and guess what we're going to be seeing in the background? 15 to 20 second snippets of all these intros they have. Now that breaks up the monotony. One time you might see Tony Romo high-fiving the players and doing some wacky little animation. The next time they show it, you might see somebody running out with the flags. The next time, you see what I'm saying? Then you don't have the same thing over and over. EA Sports makes it like we only play this game once. You know what I mean? Because they show us the same thing over and over. Like, here's an example. Every game they have the coach push the quarterback out on the field. Every game. EA Sports doesn't get that we play these games hundreds of times. And you need to break up the monotony. So on my wish list, give us true TV presentation. That is all I ask for. True TV presentation. They do some things right. They got the right camera angles. This situation, great. They do some good things. But at the end of the day, it's too scatterbrained. They don't give us TV style presentation. This is the most egregious error they make. This right here, the halftime show. Now, I do not want to beat a dead horse. This is frowned upon. I don't want to do it. I don't want to take it there. But I have to. Why don't we have a halftime show in 2012? I really don't want to take it back to 2005 or a game that was put out in 2004. That's not what I want to do, but yeah, you left me no choice. You left me no choice on my wish list is, can I get a halftime show? I mean, they tease us like we gonna get one. You see this? This is like, we about to give you a halftime show, man. Somebody's about to come on. Chris Collinsworth, Dan Patrick, somebody's about to come on and tell you what happened in the first half, show all the key plays, and just give you that TV style. And guess what? Nobody comes on. Now, a game from 2004 that was put out in 2004 has a halftime show. ESPN 2K5, this is an extension of that. No post-game show. Now, I don't want to beat a dead horse. I know this game has been compared to, 2K5, and I'm past that. But Give me a halftime show. And Madden 2013, that's on my wish list for sure. Now, these are just presentation things. I'm going to, talk about gameplay in another video. But this is all presentation. This is not what an end of a game looks like. This is not what the end of a game looks like on television. On television, they're not going to show a random screenplay that went for negative yards as a play of the game. EA, you didn't get it right with presentation in Madden 12. Hopefully this gets to you guys. And Madden 13, you could take us to where we've been with other games, because you are clearly not there. It's not the worst presentation in the world, but it's too all over the place for me. You know what? If you guys want to employ my services, I work for cheap. Call me up, let me know. But I need one central idea, TV style presentation that they don't give to us. Now, I'm going to show you a game that does give it to us. Okay, you're thinking, what are you talking about? This is basketball. This is apples and oranges. Not in presentation, man. It's sports presentation. Okay, I'm going to give you an example. This is the beginning of a game I started, Boston, Dallas. I said I'm going to run this little experiment. I'm going to start 3 games. I'm not going to play them. I'm going to just start them and check out the presentation. So the first time I started, boom, it pans from the audience. They show the starting 5. It's nothing special, but it looks like something you would see on television. Okay, it doesn't look like something you would see if you were sitting in the audience. It's something you would see on television, on somebody's network. Now, boom, I said I'm going to restart it. What did we get? Another presentation. Okay, this is the starting 5 announcement. Now, we just saw a snippet of it, like I was talking about with Madden. We don't watch the whole starting 5 announcement on television unless it's the NBA Finals. So it sounds like 2K gets it. And this is another thing on my wish list, man. EA needs to acknowledge that we play this game hundreds of times, break up the monotony. Presentation, gameplay, animations, break it up. 2K gets that we play this game so much, they're going to give it to us all type of different ways, so we're not skipping this stuff they put all this time into, because we're watching the same thing over and over, so they break it up. So it's like, okay, regular Dave, you cannot beat 3 for 3. You cannot beat 3 for 3. 3 for 3. 2K. The third time I started it, I went back to back to back, 3 different intros. Now, yeah, some of this stuff people are going to skip no matter what. People just want to play the game. I understand that. A lot of people do. But I'm a sports fanatic, and I don't want to play the game. I want to see how the game's presented to me. I pay attention to how it's presented to me when it's on television. So on my video game, I pay the same attention. Now, you know what? 3 intros and 3 tries. I don't know how many they have, but they understand that we play this game over and over. Now, here's a little hidden nugget in the intro that 2K does, and they don't brag about it. Look at the Jumbotron. That's the authentic Boston intro with Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce yelling. Now, every time you start up the game and play with the Celtics at home, they're not going to show that. But the one time you do see it, you're like, oh, that's pretty cool. So that's what I'm saying Madden needs to bring to us, is breaking up the monotony, giving us TV-style presentation, and just making it where we don't want to skip through everything and just play the game. Now, some people don't even want to play it all together. That's a whole another topic. I'm going to touch on that. This is the first part of my wish list. My wish list is only going to be 2 parts, because this is like beating a dead horse, man. This has been done over and over. But here's something else. Here's another thing on the intro. Okay, we saw that little package that the network would bring us. Okay, and it looks just how you look on TV. But you remember when we was watching Boston in Dallas, and they showed the starting 5, and the starting 5 was static. Nobody was moving. It just showed, the 5 players on each team. Well, here's another thing different they do. This is the big game they have, like this animated starting 5. Now, come on, man. You're going to give me the intro that many different ways with that many variables? I don't have to skip this every time. I might want to skip it, and sometimes I might want to watch it. But Madden is one intro, it's however they come out, and that's it. They might use different camera angles, but it's not brought in a TV style presentation, and they bring the rest of the game in a semi-TV style presentation. I don't like it. It feels disjointed. Now, some people might not understand what I'm talking about, but in my brain, I'm making sense. Okay, so what else does 2K do that I would like to see Madden do that's on my wish list? Well, I kind of touched on this a little earlier. What do you know? NBA 2K12 has a halftime show. Now, is it the greatest, most spectacular halftime show of all time? No. but they have one, and it's worth watching sometimes. It might be a highlight you want to see. I mean, Kevin Durant was going off. He's doing reverse dunks. You know what I mean? I can't keep up with him with Ron Artest or Meta World Peace. Look at that little move. They have a halftime show. Now, you might want to skip it, but if you're going to put it in the game and you're going to have a presentation in the game, you may as well do it right, because somebody's watching it. I'm watching it. And NBA 2K does it. Madden does not. There's no, central theme, I guess is the best way to say it, that's running through their game. I thought they were going to give it to us because they got all the camera angles pretty much right from the telecast. I know I read something where they went, to CBS or something and got all the angles, and that's great. That is, to me, a big step of having the right angles, the ones we see on television. But you can't give us that and then make us feel like we're at the stadium. It doesn't work. For me, it doesn't. I know a lot of you guys may not have paid attention to this, but this is the kind of stuff I pay attention to. And if you're talking about presentation, you got to step your game up. We're paying a lot of money for these games. $60. Look what 2K12 does. Look at this right here. Hold on. Look at this. Live action. 2K12 is giving us live action. Whether you like the game or not, you gotta say their presentation is A+. Now, what else does 2K12 do? They do things that they do on television. If you watch TNT, ESPN, NBA TV, they'll give you a little vignette montage package of what happened in the game. This is starting the third quarter. You might skip this, but I watch it sometimes. Sometimes I watch it, sometimes I skip it. But Madden doesn't have anything like that. So in conclusion, for my wish list, I want to see one theme: television style broadcast. That's what I want to see. That's the presentation I want to see. I want to see cohesiveness. I don't want the disjointed, you're at the game look of it. Now, is this nitpicking? You could say it's nitpicking. People, nitpicking is an opinion. People could say, man, it is a video game. Why would you go this detail into a video game? Just play it, have fun. But you know what? I pay my $60. I see games doing certain things, and then Madden chooses to ignore it. To me, Madden should be a game that sets the bar, and it goes underneath the bar by quite a bit, though. It doesn't even graze the bar. Games from the past, games that are coming out now, are just light years ahead of where Madden should be. That is the first part of my wish list. Next part will be gameplay, and that will be it. I'll get at you guys another time. Peace.